Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Rebecca Gabriel from Sage Awakenings, your spiritual life coach and tarot card reader. Now, if you are a woman in midlife navigating change at the moment and you're looking for deeper clarity beyond this reading, then I invite you to stay to the end where I share with you about how I can work with you through my C program for women in the Sage Awakening Circle. So stay to the end and tune in to find out more. Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your reading for the month of March. Let's get into it. I'm going to pull some cards from the Energy Oracle deck and see what's coming up for you, what you need to pay attention to in this month. Okay, for Sagittarius. My goodness. Sagittarius, we've got you in a place of doing your best to protect your energy and to go within to really see how you can nourish yourself in this moment. What I'm feeling is that this is a high priority for you right now, Sagittarius. And perhaps in your world at the moment, everything's feeling a little bit static and prickly. And, sometimes that can be an overwhelming space. But what Spirit is suggesting is going to help you through this period of time is really just to focus on what it is that you have to be grateful for within yourself, what your strengths are, really giving yourself a little bit of love and a bit of a positive boost here. The way forward for you that's going to help you through this period of maybe a little bit of discomfort is to create a plan for yourself, to have an idea about what that ultimate outcome is that you want to achieve. So we need, a step-by-step plan, and it doesn't have to be in detail, but to have an idea about how you would like to move forward. And the first thing is not to think about the first step, but rather to think about the outcome that you want. Look at the bigger picture of things and then work backwards to see what it is that you need to do to achieve that. I know that you kind of feel a little sense of urgency at the moment. And indeed, when we take action, it gives us that sense of control over our situation. But I'm just going to sort of say it may be best that you just slow it down a little bit. Spirit is saying patience, which means don't make the decision instantly now for what you feel is the next thing to do. And rather than making decisions on avoiding discomfort, just really come back to focusing on yourself and what it is that you need from yourself in this moment. And have an idea again about the outcome that you're trying to achieve. And that will help give you some clarity, remove some of that sense of urgency to get yourself out of perhaps something that feels uncomfortable. There is a timing around everything, and Spirit is saying, look, there's no need to rush this. A little bit of patience is required because there are other factors here that are unfolding, and so that's good advice. I love that pause button, Sagittarius. Let's pull some tarot for you to get a little bit more clarity around the current challenge and the opportunity there for you and how you can move forward with that. Challenge, opportunity, and way forward. Challenge seems to be that you're feeling a little bit disconnected from your purpose and unsure about how to share your higher thoughts right now. Now this is the Priestess card, and it was in reverse. The Priestess is very wise and quite intuitive, and she's likely to keep her own counsel while she's exploring things and looking for a higher meaning in something. And perhaps that's where you're just having a little bit of a sticking point right now, which is a very good reason for just slowing things right down. Again, I'm getting the sense that you just really want to move on and move away from discomfort, which is the Fool card, and wanting to sort of explore, and but sometimes there's a little bit of a carefree, careless maybe energy, depending on what your focus is. And given that we have the Five of Pentacles, at the moment you are walking away from something that feels very uncomfortable or not fulfilling and not really floating your boat right now, Sagittarius. So I can appreciate why you have that sense of urgency of why you want to move on. But let's just keep going for a moment to see how Spirit can guide you through this period of time. Your angels want to lighten the load for you and reassure you that you'll be fine. So the way forward is to really adopt the Empress energy. Now, this is not about gender. The Empress is very good at being able to nurture herself, nourish her well-being. And this is something that you need to be mindful of at the moment, is to come back to you and ask yourself, what is it that I need to restore balance and to feel that you're in alignment with what you value. This can lead to doing new things, and certainly it is a more creative, life-giving energy. So what we have here is an opportunity for you to reflect, but what I can see is that maybe you're a little bit too focused or feeling a little bit down and out and not realizing the golden opportunity here. So perhaps you are more focused on things not working out rather than seeing the opportunity in the situation. That's why we need to pause and slow everything down, which also means taking a rest so that you can reflect and regain a sense of clarity and self-composure. So sometimes we need to literally sleep or take a moment to step away from things that are causing you to be overly in your head, overthinking, and in overwhelm. Great guidance there for you, Sag. So time to breathe. Take that pause while you regather yourself. Yeah, because the opportunity here is to restore harmony where there isn't. You're feeling somewhat challenged at the moment, but this is the Lover's card. It was in the challenge position, and this is where you're doing a lot of self-reflecting at the moment. This is where you perhaps feel challenged in terms of your well-being. So you do need to listen to your higher guidance, your soul, rather than the overactive mind. Again, I sense that you have this desire to move on, create progress, take action. But the way forward for you is to recognize your strength. Now, this is the Chariot card, but what I always get from this card in this deck is recognize what your strengths are. And one of those is your ability to be strong and focused and determined. I know that progress is important for you, and part of what's coming up in the energy of this reading, Sagittarius, is that you are a fire sign. You do love to take the initiative and you do love to move quickly. But in this deck, the Chariot card is not moving, it's standing still. It's taking a moment to prepare for the next move. So let's call this moment of needing to be patient a time of preparation, thinking through, strategizing, planning. All right, let's see how we're going to move forward with this. We've got the Quantum Oracle deck, Sagittarius. Thank you, Spirit Guides and Angels. Sagittarius. Just as I said, planning and action. Well, planning first before action, okay? So this is about looking at the bigger picture, what you're wanting to develop, where you'd like to expand, where this is taking you. When you know that, the outcome, the destination, so to speak, that's when you know how to fill in the stepping stones, the micro steps. And you will notice the watch there. Okay, this is about planning, not about taking immediate action. So it may be a case you need to slow down that natural tendency to want to run off at the starting line. Okay, what else for Sagittarius, please? Yeah. There's someone, either you or someone around you, who's got very loving energy. And with this is what I'm sensing is there is a loyalty there. There is someone who desires and wants to be nurturing. And when we know how to nurture ourselves, we're in a far better place to be able to then nurture others. But yourself comes first. So this goes for anybody, okay, not just you, Sagittarius. We need to know what it is that we need to restore balance, to fill our cup. And remember, I was saying that's what the Empress does so well. So consider yourself worthy enough to do this, to prioritize yourself before you then seek to please others. Okay, so that's what I'm getting from your reading today. You are a kind and generous person, Sagittarius, and it is very natural for you to want to be that person that spreads the joy and the love and to work in harmony with others. That's wonderful, and it lifts the energy for everybody. But I feel like in your reading it is asking you to just review, are you doing what you need to support yourself in this moment? Because when you don't, you get very stuck in your head and we end up with this fragmented energy. And this is, when we get lost in the story and we overanalyze and we're very much in our emotions. This is a turbulent energy that doesn't take you anywhere good. So that's why we come back to restoring balance for yourself, knowing what it is that you're wanting to achieve, getting clarity by just pausing and creating some inner calm. And it really does help to clear any static energy, to help you realize what you have that's valuable in your life and what you need to do in terms of prioritizing the right kinds of things. Prioritizing. Beautiful. Okay, I am going to pull some cards for you from the Power Tarot deck here. So thank you, Spirit Guides and Angels, for Sagittarius. Sometimes when we are in that place of overwhelm and we're just struggling to sort and process our emotions, adopting a playful, light-hearted energy can really help lighten things and put things back into perspective. So that's something to consider as well. And always, when you're looking to find, inner equilibrium, just taking a bit of fresh air and getting yourself out into nature, it's just makes it so much easier and simpler to achieve that. Yeah. You are at a space where you're looking for deeper meaning in your life. And look, divine guidance is available to you at this time. Well, it always is, but Spirit is reminding you, you can ask for help. And it may be that you're looking at different ways to get those insights, awareness, guidance, and that's great. So now is a really good time to be around people that you know that you can learn from, especially if you're in a place where you feel a little confused or a little stressed in terms of getting some clarity. Divine guidance is a very helpful thing for you. Okay, so it's seeking people that you know that you can trust will be able to assist you to see things clearly, or perhaps adopt alternative or consider alternative perspectives on a matter. One of the things that's coming through here, and it's interesting, this is the second time the Fool card's come out, but it's called Leap of Faith. It's the very first card in the deck. This is about believing in yourself and knowing that you've got what you need. You don't need everything except belief in yourself sometimes to take that journey to the next level, which is all about curiosity and adventure. And we need to do that sometimes to see what else there is. But this is very much about listening to your heart rather than the mind and the emotions that are keeping you in a washing machine. So listening to your heart is very important, Sagittarius. And also, as I said a moment ago, doing things that give you joy, having a playful attitude can just lighten everything, raise your vibration and help you to put things into perspective. So that's come up again. Okay, what else for Sagittarius, please, in this month? Yes, be kind to yourself as you're working out. Less about what to do, because that may put you back in that space of I must do something. It's more about understanding the longer term plan and giving yourself time to really think that through. And if it means that you've got to step away and be in nature or have a little bit of time to do some higher level thinking, which is indicated by the High Priestess card, then do that. Give yourself that time and space and that energy to consider the important things for you in your life, Sagittarius. Nice. So along with that encouragement for you to explore opportunities and that message of believing in yourself, we have the Queen of Michael, which is very, very similar message to you. It's, you know exactly what to do. You don't need to second guess or doubt yourself, Sagittarius. You have experience. You also are quite intuitive. Again, the High Priestess card. And so Queen of Michael is saying, trust yourself. You know how to take care of yourself. You know what it is that puts you in a good place. You have ideas about where you are going. And you have this ability to organize yourself, to create structure and a pathway forward, which is why we have the strategy card coming up for you. So by all means, if career is that very thing that's in the forefront of your focus and mind, then this is what you give priority to at the moment. Because you've got goals. You've got plans. I can see that. And whilst you want harmony around you, I really feel that sort of inner tension is more coming from a place that you feel like you're being held back. And what you really want is to understand how to move forward and progress. So that's what you give priority to, and you create a plan, Sagittarius. The Knight of Ariel, again, we've got this sort of feeling that you want to get up and get going, and that's fantastic. Sometimes you can feel a little bit overwhelmed insofar as, there's so much to do. But that's why it says here, make a detailed plan. So we're just getting confirmation here, Sagittarius, for sure. And I know that your angels and spirit guides are watching over you. They will help you. Remember, we said divine guidance is available to you. And this says the same thing here. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, we're on a good path here, Sagittarius. Okay, let's take a look at what we got here. What's this one again? Psychic Tarot deck. I was trying to remember the name of it. A couple of cards from the Psychic Tarot for Sagittarius, please. Great. So now you know what's going on and you've got to prioritize your planning and preparation. It's all about knowing where you're going. We've got the Destiny card here, which is also the World card. It is time. It is time for you to move on to the next thing in your life. This could also be interpreted as matriculating to the next step, planning that next promotion for yourself, whether it's be your career, job, or business. It's also linked to your purpose. It's linked to your soul growth. So we've got, the struggle here is you keep feeling like you're being pulled and distracted off your pathway, off your purpose. And so you've got to listen to, well, what is allowing you to be distracted? Now, I know it's very tempting to want to point the finger to external situations, and indeed we do have triggers, but let's own it and let's look at what it is that you can control, Sagittarius. What is distracting you and pulling you away? Just be aware of it and then get your focus back on track to your plan, okay? Because this is how you create that inspiring purpose for yourself. So Spirit is saying, move towards what lifts you, what lights you up, that enables you to shine and be your best self. This is about growing your potential. This is about expanding. This is about you making a contribution and a difference to others. And no need to doubt that, Sagittarius, because you do. You do make a difference and you've got something to share. And you want to feel inspired and, fulfilled. Again, you may wish to explore some guidance or wisdom from someone who's an expert in the space. So we have the Wisdom card here to help you with your decision making, to help you understand the best pathway forward for yourself. This is about your preparation and planning again. So, when we are being a good leader of ourselves, we're not making snap decisions, we're making well considered ones from a place of reflection, understanding our purpose or the meaning that we're seeking in life, utilizing our knowledge and skills. So that's what is meant to guide your decision making. So this is asking you to trust yourself, Sagittarius. Trust what you know is right for you and true for you this month. Absolutely. Well, at any time. But this is what Spirit is saying to you, is trust what you know is right. And indeed, if you go to a mentor or someone for extra guidance, fantastic. But this is better than allowing yourself to be in a pattern of being distracted and feeling out of sync and out of balance with yourself. We want this, trusting your intuition and being in alignment so you can be your best self. All right, this is feeling good. Sagittarius. We will see. Okay, I'm going to, just before we finish, we'll pull some more cards, tarot cards here for the challenge, opportunity, and way forward. What else for a Sagittarius, please? Yeah, so with the Six of Wands, I know that you're feeling challenged and it may look like you're not making progress, but you absolutely are. So with the Six of Wands here, this is recognition for the progress. You need to see your progress and just take a moment, just time out here to, because, you know, when we're feeling out of sorts, we don't necessarily see our progress. So that's why we, again, slow it down, take time out. Notice how far you've come. All right, that's really important. And notice there's feedback coming your way to remind you that you're doing great work. So hopefully that will give you a sense of relief and you can stop worrying and stressing so much, because you can do this. You've got the strength, you've got the determination and the resilience to move forward, Sagittarius. So stay in the game. Don't give up on yourself. Believe in yourself. That's what Spirit wants you to do. Believe in yourself. You've got this. And again, another message to come back to trusting your intuition. Two of Swords, yep, sometimes because we can't see the answers straight away, we kind of doubt ourselves, but Spirit is saying, go within, listen to your heart, trust your intuition, okay? And, you know, if you can let go of that feeling that you have to defend yourself, because that kind of energy can just turn itself on you and cause you to feel in mental overwhelm. And this is not to say you don't back yourself. You absolutely do back yourself. But the less need to be in mental overwhelm and defensive, well, then you have a little bit more peace. And that's better. That's a better place to be, because remember, we want to calm everything down and we want to, you know, remember your strength. Okay, you've got this. I've got the Four of Pentacles here. A little bit of concern around money, your resources, perhaps wanting to keep things to yourself a little bit as well. That kind of in the reverse kind of feels a little bit like a scarcity energy, that you kind of, you know, do I have enough to make decisions to move forward? It's clamming up a little bit, Sagittarius. Okay, so what can we do here? What's guidance, please, Sagittarius? Yeah. So, you know, when we relax, we can see how blessed you are. But when you're not relaxed and you're all in your head, then you don't see all of these beautiful cups. And that's why, again, we need to slow things down, take account of all of the blessings that you have in your life, the good. See the good. Don't make a shopping list of all the things that are going wrong. And with that, you'll get some insight coming in for you with the Knight of Swords here. I beg your pardon, Knight of Pentacles. This is like one step at a time. This is the slowest energy, the slowest card in the deck. It's like one step at a time. Let's pace this. Let's be patient with the timing so that we can avoid all of this argy-bargy energy. You're in a state of inner conflict, let alone outside where it's being manifested as well. So stay strong, stay self-contained here. So that you don't feel that you're in constant battle mode, which is what's happening here. And so it's causing you to clam up and self-protect. So you've got the courage to rise above this. You've got the ability to rise above this energy, Sagittarius. So part of this preparation period for you is knowing that you can come to the edge emotionally and know that you're going to be safe and protected. Sometimes we have to do the things that are uncomfortable and have the courage to express our feelings. And Spirit's saying when you do that, you have this incredible ability to attract abundance into your life. So trust that a peaceful resolution is coming for you, Sagittarius, okay? Just for now, observe. Take your time, plan, reflect, see what needs to be seen, and trust that things are unfolding in the right direction. I'm going to conclude the reading there. We'll finish with a lovely card from the Kuan Yin Oracle deck, which I often find gives us just a beautiful summary for the reading. So thank you, Spirit Guides and Angels, for Sagittarius. We have Empress of the Pearl. There's a reading on the back. You have an inner gift of great value, born of struggle, adversity, and challenge. In wisdom, you know that suffering can lead to growth. You know, it's the challenges of life, provided you're willing to search for a way to heal through it. Okay, so we're not running from it, we're not avoiding it, we're learning. Okay, this is all about the soul lessons of the experiences that you're having right now. Seeing challenges as ways to expand your spiritual light empowers you to focus on your growing light rather than getting caught up in the suffering. So rather than getting yourself caught up in the overwhelming mentally, emotionally, take time out to rest, as your cards have guided you to do. Trust your intuition. Focus on what it is that you want to achieve for yourself. Take care of your energy and come back to a place of balance. And move through this period of time knowing that you're learning something very valuable. This is not about rushed decisions. It's about seeing what's going on for you. I hope that's helped you, Sagittarius. Let me know in the comments, and if this reading has been helpful to you, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Now, if you'd like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below. And for those who happen to be women in midlife, if you are looking for other ways to connect with other women, or indeed you're looking at ways that you can develop your personal and spiritual development at this time in your life, you're looking for ways to make sense of navigating this new season, stay tuned for the message that's following, because I may have something that could just hit the spot, hit the mark for you. So for now, Sagittarius, have a wonderful rest of your month, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye now. I wanted to speak to those women who are in midlife and experiencing quite a bit of change. Now, if this is you, you may be someone who's realizing you're reassessing your values. What used to be important to you no longer is. Things are shifting and changing. You're realizing that your health and well-being is really important to you. And you've got some decisions to make in terms of how to move forward and prioritize what matters to you most. Now, this can bring up a whole lot of different feelings, thoughts, and emotions because change is uncomfortable. Yet at this time of life, in this season of our life, we are ready to commit to ourselves to do that inner work. Now, if this is you and you know you are absolutely ready to commit to your progress, your own personal evolution, and to start living more like your true self, then I'd like you to consider some options that I have where I walk with you through this period of time to help guide you, support you, give you a little bit of educational content as you move through this season of your life at your pace. I have the option of a 12-month program that really is very transformative. It helps you to build that base, that beautiful foundation where you know that you're living with more balance and calm. From there, life becomes a lot clearer about your strengths, what's important to you, and how you'd like to move forward. Creating that beautiful sense of self-awareness and reconnecting with the truth of you is a very important part of the process. And it doesn't happen in an instant. It takes some time. It takes self-discovery, exploration, and commitment to you. But ultimately, you come out the other end with a greater sense of knowing who you are, feeling more empowered, and a stronger version of you that is a great match for who you want to be and how you'd like to move forward in your life. Now, if this sounds like it's speaking to you, I've got some information below, and I'd love to be able to have a conversation with you to discover more about what's most important to you and how I might be able to support you. Then, of course, there's others of you out there who are looking for a lighter touch point, perhaps a once-a-month opportunity to meet with other women online who are just like you, exploring that space, wanting to reconnect, wanting to feel a sense of social connection with other people, but also have some sense of structured spiritual guidance and educational content to help you move through this transitional time for you. Again, that is something that I might be able to help you with, and it's called the Online Sage Awakening Circle. So my friends, if this sounds like it might be just what you're looking for, reach out to me and let's have a conversation. I'm sure we can discover a little bit more about what's going on for you and how I might be able to help you.